that 3-point from jails, the purest. We got that play hard endurance. We here to stay out of tourists. The king on his throne, not his own. Kyrie just destroying the zone. The isolation double team. He driving this shit, all his dishes be clean. Tatted up like J.L. Smith. What was that sound? That was Swish. Shout out to Shumpert and Triss. They got the rebounds and defense. Stop all that crying about Deli game. You know LeBron want hella rings. You know LeCav got hella range. I've been down with T-Lou since he was wearing braids. Here comes the fast break, just get out the man's way. It's led by LeBron and he's something like an earthquake. As soon as he don't get, we all feel the world shake like Ori, but dirt shake. All hail the king, the city on his shoulders like ball bell on string, but ain't no place like home. That rope ain't too long and they gon' pull it off. The king won his crown back, he never took it off. I know. I'm being cavalier. Yeah, I know. I'm being cavalier. But you know what you could do? Pass me the friggin' ball. Watch me go off. Watch me go off. Pass me the ball. Watch me go off. Pass me the ball. Watch me go off. Pass me the ball. Watch me go off. Watch me go off. Watch me go off. Now can you dap for the cap? To the left, dap for the cap. To the right, dap for the cap. Watch me go off. Pass me the friggin' ball.
Welcome to this post-election edition of the Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.com. When we get on your Nerve DJs Network, I am your host today, Larry H. Gardner. The H stands for happy as hell that the city of Cleveland got it right last night.
You almost didn't know you were on. You were so happy.
I know I was happy. The thing about it is that right now, before we get into this, you know, it was a glorious night last night for the city of Cleveland.
Agreed.
It was a glorious night. Of course, Human T-Rex on the ones and twos. I got my pin on, and of course, it's the queen with the gold, Mike J. Price. How are you feeling this morning, Jay?
Hey. You know what? I'm still a little tired. Yesterday was it was a great day. I was wandering from east side to west side. But overall, it was a great day.
It was a great day.
We have now started to move the needle in getting people to the polls.
Yes, we have. See, here's the thing. After I left for campaign for Justin Bieber, Robert Jameson, there was a couple of people in there. You know, people got in and out. And shout out to everybody that was out there, especially you in the cold. It was windy.
Oh my
November.
God, it was cold, and I was downtown for a minute.
Ooh, you felt the Hulk.
At Rocket Mortgage, because you know that's a polling location.
Right.
And it was so cold down there. I was like, this is crazy. But you know, I weathered the storm, and then I moved on to another location, and to ensure that, you know, my candidate was, you know, getting the representation that she needed, and she we rocked the vote for her.
Right. So
she won by a landslide.
Exactly. So should we just go ahead and just start from the top? Why we so happy, or should we just we give people a suspense to why we so happy? Well, you know what? I already got this pin on, so might as well just get into it. What you think?
Yeah, I mean, if this is a post-election show, I think we need to really talk about the elections and, you know, how do we get here, and then where do we go from here? Right.
So according to the Cuyahoga County Board of Elections, it was, instead of the 16.2, we got 26.1%.
We'll take that.
You know what? I was reaching for 35, but you know what? I'll take the 26.
26 did what it needed. It did what we needed it to do.
It did what it needed to do. So, the new mayor-elect of Cleveland, Ohio, is none other than Justin M. Bibb. T-Rex, give me some horns. Thank you very much. He won by 14,381 votes over City Council President, soon-to-be former City Council President, former Ward 13 Kevin Kelly. And I'm going to give a couple of shout-outs. First of all, for helping me bring Justin to the show in March, Ken Johnson, his field campaign manager. Of course, Miss Marissa Clark, who worked on Justin Bibb's campaign. Ryan Puente, who is Justin Fields' campaign manager, and a whole
Bibb.
Mr. Bibb, campaign manager, and a whole bunch of other people. And I cried yesterday with those canvassers and volunteers and those people that worked. And of course, you know, I also gave, and I'm gonna give daps to one of your people.
Who's that?
Former City Councilman Award 2 Zach Reed, who helped canvass for Justin, who helped push him over there, you know, along with the other pastors, except for one. I'm gonna leave that for later. So everybody else, Dr. Otis Moss and everybody else that was there, and of course we always got to give. Last but not least, we got to give a shout out to Mama Bibb. Mama Bibb was there every single step of the way.
And Grandmama Bibb.
Grandmama Bibb, Grandma Sarah. You know, when I'm old like Grandma Sarah, I want to move like she moved. She went in there, and I'm going to vote for my grandbaby right now. I love that. The thing about it is like when you have your family involved. And shout out to Justin's brother, Donovan Lewis Bibb. He came out to Jamison in the morning and saw me and the Barbers for Bibb, Waverly Hills, and every barber that was passing out stuff. And the thing about it is, I got to be honest with you. My lit for Justin was gone by 9:30. Because I was in Ward 1. You had the contentious race between Kimberly F. Brown and Joe Jones. We'll get to that. But everybody wanted Bibb. And there was no Kevin Kelly signs around I didn't see any around the East Side polls anywhere. What was it?
They were there. So when I was downtown at the Rocket Mortgage, and we were standing out, and then someone drove up from the Kelly camp, and then they planted one sign, and then they drove off. And as I went around and I mobilized myself, you're right, I didn't see a whole lot of Kelly signs anywhere near the polling locations. But what I found that was very ironic and was very surprising to me that when I got to the west side of Cleveland and I was at one of the polling locations and I kind of stayed there all day, all I kept hearing was Bibb. I don't care what ethnicity they were Bibb.
Bibb.
And I was standing there with one of the guys that actually drafted some of the legislation or some of the wording for I-24. And he looked like Justin Bibb a little bit. So when we were standing there and people would say, "Hey, can I come over and talk to you?" And I looked and he looked at me. He said, "They talking to you or me?" I said, "They talking to you." I said, "They think you're Justin." And he's like, "You," and he was like, the guy come over and he said, "Mr. Bibb." I said, "I told you." They thought you were Justin.
They thought it was Justin?
And he kept, that happened all day, and they kept saying, "I just voted for you. I just voted for you. I just voted for you." And it was just amazing that the West Side support, and of course Kelly won his own ward. That was a no-brainer.
I mean, yeah.
But he only won 3 of the wards. Kelly did.
So he won. Which ones he won?
I can't remember. I know he won his own.
Right.
But I can't remember what were the other ones that he won.
So out of the 17 wards, he only won 3 of them.
And you know, this.
Wow.
You know, as I said, you know, last week, you know, when we did the forum over at Sanctuary, and you know, I could tell then that Kelly was very uncomfortable being around us skin folk, and he was.
You mean black people?
Yeah. He was not comfortable in that element, and I think he was made more uncomfortable when he was not able to be scripted and given the questions because he wasn't prepared. But I feel that as someone in a political seat or someone who is vying for a job, you should be able to come off the cuff and be able to
freestyle, hit it with it, make sure that you got the intelligent questions
and an intelligent answers. But I had to go back and remember that he's an attorney, so attorneys have to study the evidence. So I'll give him that, but he was not comfortable, and I watched him last night when he gave his concession speech, and I knew it was over at 10:30 p.m. last night that Justin was going to win. And when I saw Kevin Kelly give his concession speech and Bashir standing up there beside him, it was written all over Bashir's face, now I got to go get a job.
Exactly. See, the thing about it, that's what he get. You know what? That's what he gets for turning against his own brother. That's exactly what he gets. I do not feel sorry for any African American person that stood up there with Kevin Kelly. I don't feel sorry for Aaron Phillips. I don't, by the way, Sure House, y'all miss me yet? I don't feel sorry for Aaron Phillips. I don't feel sorry for Norm Edwards. I don't feel sorry for Bashir Jones. Oh, by the way, according to a couple of people that live in Ward 9, Kevin Conwell's ward, they're looking to replace your ass in the next 4 years. So you better start practicing them drum skills now, brother, because if they get a viable candidate over in Ward 9, and by the way, Ward 9 has a certain church called Greater Abyssinia Baptist Church, and E.T. Cabinets is not happy with you, brother, right about now, because of the simple fact of the matter is that you turned on black people for the last time.
You know.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, I watched Kevin's concession speech last night.
Did he look like he was about to cry?
No, he didn't look like he was about to cry. He looked like he was pissed. Because I think a lot of people that he thought was going to show up for him and support him, when they got behind that booth, it was a different story.
It was a different story. See, when you get behind, it all changes when you get in that box. And the thing about it is like, I'm going to use your friend Blaine Griffin, who won his ward, by the way, his words against him. Sorry, Blaine, I got to do this. You said, you know, everybody can talk until they, you know, it's like a boxing match. Everybody can talk until somebody gets punched in the mouth. Well, I know Justin's not a fighter, but he took Kevin Kelly to the damn tool shed last night.
Well, you know what? He didn't have to take him out back. As soon as they stepped in the ring, he had him on the rope.
Right.
He never let up. Kevin never came off the rope. He never came off the rope. And even when he thought he was coming off the rope, the boats came back, a 2-piece and a biscuit. Get back over there. You're not getting up off these ropes.
Like sit your ass in the corner.
He never got off the ropes. He never got in the race. Period. He never showed up.
I mean, Justin was Michael Jordan, and Kevin Kelly was a miscellaneous white dude playing for the Boston Celtics last night.
Kevin, he never showed up. But Kevin's going to be all right because he's an attorney by trade. So he's going to go back to his law practice. Mm-hmm. He's going to manipulate some things behind the scene. Of course, everybody knows that. But, you know, Kevin was pissed last night. He was pissed.
Because he thought, and this is the thing, because he thought that getting those people.
No, he didn't think. Them people told him.
They told him they would get him the votes that he needed. They told him that they would get the votes. As long as he do this, they told him they would get him the votes that he needed. And, you know, someone told him, it's your time. It's your time, Kevin. And it's like whoever told Kevin that it was his time did him a disservice. So all the people, you know, people support people, different people for different reasons. Right.
That's their choice. Mm-hmm. But choices have consequences. Just like elections have consequences.
Right.
So there's consequences for your choices and the decisions that you made to support who you supported. So you're going to now have to sit at the table of karma and eat that shit because it's going to be served very warm. So I suggest you eat it while it's warm.
Right.
Eat it while it's warm.
Right. Eat it while it's warm. Somebody,
if you try to eat it while it's cold, you're going to choke.
And I think they having a side of crow flakes with that. By the way, speaking of cereal, shout out to Donna Walker Brown for congratulating Justin Bibb. You know, by the way, Donna, you might want to take some Lucky Charms for real, you know.
Because he magically whooped that ass last
night. Magically, spiritually, mentally.
That little leprechaun was around kicking. And you know, that was very classy of her, and I wouldn't have expected anything else from Donna. And I know Donna, and I know how Donna is. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, she's still a good sportsman. So, you know, kudos to her. And kudos to Laverne Gore. You know, Chantel Brown was sworn in today.
Yeah, she was sworn in. And by the way, speaking of tool sheds, I'm looking at the numbers right about now. It was 80.27% to 19.73% Chantel Brown. And I know a couple of people that flew to Washington to see her get sworn in.
That number's not good. Don't do that.
What?
That number's not good.
80.73.
No, it's not.
Why?
The number of votes is not good.
No, it's not. No, not good. So 80 or so. Sean,
on a federal level,
yeah,
you need to carry over 100,000 votes.
Right.
To be a viable candidate when you get to Washington.
Yeah, 386,000. Yeah, it's not good. The thing about it is that, you know, that's Chantel's got 6 months before she has to run again for real.
Well, she's got to get sworn in. She's got to start campaigning again.
Right. So she got
because you know this should prove to people, and I said this, and I've been saying this since day one, that you know when this election happens and when the election is done, and you know once I threw my support behind Justin Bibb, and even before that, I said that if we do not change council, we've done him a disservice. We had to flip council, and we flipped council, not completely,
you know,
but flipped it enough.
Enough. Let's get in. Speaking of that, congratulations to everybody that won their race, and we gotta give a shout out to Andrea Nelson Moore. God,
yeah.
After losing 2 times, the second time, you know,
delay doesn't mean deny.
Exactly, and of course, you know, Imani Capri lost her bid, and Shayla Davis. Shout out to her.
And Barbie West. They both.
Barbie West and Shayla Davis. You know, delay doesn't mean deny, ladies. So, you know, keep going.
You know, this is what you do. You take the learning curve from this. You take the experience, and you build it. So now, you know, you take a break, take a breather. But you can't stay in that space too long.
Right.
Because if politics is truly where you want to be, then you've got to start running this race again. And if you're very serious about it, you've got to put in the work. Because you can't reap the harvest if you don't put in the work. And those ladies, they put in the work.
Yeah, they did.
So now they need to go back and start reaping their harvest so they can start setting the stage so that they can run again, you know, for those seats if they choose to. But this time around, they're coming in with experience, and then they'll know what to do. And, you know, they ran a great race. Valerie Isom, she ran a great race in Maple Heights. Barbara Danforth, she ran a great race in Cleveland Heights.
Even though she lost.
She lost.
Right.
And it just goes to show you that, you know, people will take what you say and use it against you, and it can cost you. So you have to be very, very meticulous in your choice of wording when you are on a campaign trail, and you know you have to be very careful with the things that you say, because once those words part your lips, you can't take them back.
No, you can't. See, and the thing about it is sometimes, you know, it could cost you votes. People have long memories right now, so it is what it is. We have to remember one thing's for sure, and 2 things for certain. People will remember, and they will use it against you in a court of their voting law if they get out. And the thing about it is like, when I'm in midday, when I made those Facebook Live about voting, the thing is that I wanted to get everybody fired up. So Ward 1 and Ward 2, around about 4:30, 5 o'clock,
it kicked in the high
gear. Kicked it in the high gear.
Because I got a call, and I'm like, okay, they're getting off. So then I made a call, and it was like, Jay, don't worry. You know, everybody got to get off work, and they're going to get to the polls. Because, you know, issue 24, I-24, I had gotten a call about I-24. And it just so happens the young man that was standing next to me was one of the co-writers of the of the bill. And I was like, look, you need to get your people over to the east side. Everybody about to get off of work. You got to get them over there. So they did. And then it lifted them up.
Right.
Got them over.
So second thing is issue 24. I said it was going to pass. It actually did. Shout out to everybody that voted for issue 24. And there's going to be some, and I heard your Facebook Live today, and there's going to be some people that's trying to fight it because they trying to hide some bodies in the closet, isn't it?
Well, before I came, I was watching the news, and Fomer was saying that, you know, they're going to fight it tooth and nail. He seems pretty pissed off as well, and I could tell. He's like, you know, how is this board going to tell us what to do when they don't know what we do. So that, to me, that said, so that means you didn't follow what the consent decree told you, and the consent decree people know what they talking about. So you didn't follow that. So that lets me know you think that you are above accountability, and you're not, Fomer. You're not above accountability. But they're going to try and fight the I-24 because it's a charter amendment. So they're going to try to fight it every step of the way. But what I will say to the writers and the co-authors and to all the people that supported I-24, you got to stay in the race, because now the heavy lifting is where it's going to come.
Exactly.
This is where you have to really stick to your guns. You got it passed. You got the hard part done. But now it's the lifting of it, to making sure that everything that you put in that bill is going to come to fruition, because they are going to fight you tooth and nail, because they know they stand to be drugged. And it ain't just the police.
It's other people involved in it as well.
That is correct.
Ooh, it's going to be a rollover right about it. Ooh, the train is a-coming.
Some things are going to hit the shit's going to hit the fan.
Of course.
The shit is going to hit the fan.
It is.
It's going to be some people that you would never know, and they're going to be smack dab in the middle of it.
People got some people like I think there's a dose reality when I-24 did pass, and there's gonna be a dose reality of people that just gonna wake up. You're like, you know what? I need to get an attorney present, because I'm probably going to need one. Speaking of presents, I'm going to be honest. I was a little bit petty last night.
You were.
I was a little. You know what? And I sent a laughing emoji to Aaron Phillips of Sure House Baptist Church, and he said congratulations. I put my thumbs up. And the thing about it is like I told him and everybody else, I said Justin was coming. He was coming, and nobody believed me. Nobody believed me. The only person that actually believed me was Stan Edward Moore. And shout out to Stan. And the thing about it is, he said, nobody believed me. And I said he was coming, and all of a sudden he came, he saw, and he whooped ass.
He came, he saw, and he conquered.
Right, he conquered, and it was like, dang.
But here, everybody, let's celebrate, and we should celebrate. But we can't do him like we did President Obama.
Exactly, we can't.
We still have to hold Justin accountable, and I think that he wants that accountability, because he spoke about it very frequently. We have to hold him accountable. Now that we have Justin in office, we can't take our foot off the gas.
No,
and that's what we do. As a black community, that's what we do.
We relax and rest on the laurels, and we can't do that. Right, we can't do that, especially in the city. This is still the poorest city one of the poorest cities in America. We still losing people. We still have to hold him accountable for whatever he said that he was going to do once he got in there. The work at his transition team. Hopefully, he picks some very great people. The thing about it is that right now, I'm going to keep up with the announcements. Whoever he picks for his transition team, we're going to keep up with that, because it's very, very important. The world was watching this particular race and a couple other races that were going on in Virginia and other places, the mayor's race. So it's a lot. It's a lot for him to go and deal with, but I think he has the economic mindset and the skills and the capability to deal with that. Now, what will, like you said, Kevin Kelly's going to be all right.
He'll be fine. He's an attorney by trade.
What will happen to the other people who supported him? What will happen to them? Listen.
Who do you mean? I mean, you talking about Blaine? But
we talking about everybody.
Bashir got to find a job. He's done in the city of Cleveland. He's done. He's done in the state of Ohio. He's going to have to move.
He can't go back to Cleveland Heights where he originally was when he was in Warsaw.
He's going to have to move. He cannot partake in any other political entity in the state of Ohio. And if he does, I'd be very surprised. But he's got to move. It's not going to work.
216-249-6658 is the call-in number.
And Blaine will be fine.
I mean,
he
Blaine
won his ward.
Blaine has his ward.
Aaron Phillips, the devil will have his way.
Here's the thing about now that the clergy coalition is broken up, because now you got the rest of the pastors who went with Bibb mad at him. And I've been getting like the reason I was up early this morning, I've been getting phone calls all day about Aaron, about what happened. I've been getting phone calls from other people and about Aaron and saying, look, he's originally from Denver. He might have to move his behind back there.
Who, Aaron?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Larry. Tell him don't call you.
Call him.
Call him.
Right. I'm like, why are you calling me for?
Call him.
Aren't you still going to his church? No, I said it on the air. How many times I said it? I'm not going no more.
Call him. Call him and ask him. Only he can tell you why he made the decisions that he made. Only he can be responsible for that.
It was greed. That's pretty much why he made that dang decision. It was GREED. I don't know what's going to happen to Norm Edwards of the black contractors.
That whole Sherman Williams thing, I think he's kind of, Norm has lost respect in the community. There's a lot of people, like I said, elections have consequences and so do choices.
Mm-hmm.
Your choices have the same thing,
right.
And they're really going to have to figure out how they get around it. I'm not going to try and figure it out for them because I didn't put you in the mess to begin with. So they're going to have to try and figure out how they're going to get around it. But what I won't do is sit here and continuously keep talking about it because that's your dog in the race. And you got to get your dog to win.
Right.
So it is what it is. You made your choice.
Yeah.
As my grandmother used to say, you make your choice, you make your bed hard, you lay it until it gets soft.
Exactly. Fool. Sometimes you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Well, Bashir is going to have to get a job.
No, he got to get a real job.
Yeah, he got to get a real job.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
What can you do? What skills you got? All right. Hello? Okay.
And he can go back to spoken word.
Oh.
They hung up. He can go back to spoken word. He's a good orator. He can speak very eloquently.
Well, yeah. I mean,
that's what Kevin said about Justin.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't say about Bashir. He didn't say that same snide remark about Bashir.
Well, that's because, at the particular time, hopefully whatever money that Kelly paid Bashir to support him, then he's going to have to use it to put him back.
It's going to be pretty bad for Brother Ba.
Uh-huh.
And yeah.
There's going to be a lot of, he's going to, like the alphas, he's going to have to do a lot of butt kissing.
They're probably going to kick him out. There's just some things you do not do. You do not cross your brother, your fraternal brother. You just do not do that.
You can't. The thing about it is like, the thing about it is your
just
jealousy,
you don't do.
Jealousy in your heart, plus you got paid, has you turn on your own brother, and you thought that you was gonna bring the street black people with you to vote for Kevin Kelly. You thought that you was gonna bring Unc and them, Mama and them, and all them.
Little Duke, Little Ray Ray,
Little Tony,
Little Pookie,
Little Pistol Starter, all them with you. And
because the bougie black people didn't vote for you.
Right. So, and you know what they said? You a turncoat. We gonna vote for this brother over here. That's what happened. And whenever you do that, you have the consequences of risk. And, Eric Brewer, former mayor of East Cleveland, coined his song best saying, "Sell out Jones," and that's exactly what you turned into. And I hate
been that way for a while.
Yeah,
you took all those trips to Israel and over to the motherland, the Mecca. I hope that you maybe brokered some deals and you made some friends while you were over there in the Mecca.
Just move back over there. I don't think nobody over here in the city of Cleveland
because you did all these trips on taxpayer dollars.
Exactly.
Because you didn't bring nothing. I don't see nothing that you brought back to Ward 7 that was beneficial for you to go over into these Israel and the Mecca and all these other places. I don't see, you didn't bring anything back.
Right. So we're going to have to take a slight break. I'm going to get into these reward races because some of them, right now, especially, we got to talk about Ward 5 for real.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
That is like the icing on the cake.
Right. So this is Zap Do-Wah Diddy. We'll be right back on the Headline Eye. We'll be right back.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Grab a glass of wine, light a candle, and settle in for the best slow jams to set the soundtrack for your bedtime on Sunday Silhouettes with DJ Shotty Shine. So be there from 8 to 10 p.m. 2 hours of love on WNRV.
Everybody, it's the Queen with the Gold Mic from Headline Eye, and you can catch me every Wednesday from 6 until 8 p.m. on WNRV 108.1.
This is WNRV 108.1.
What's up? It's your girl, Arthur Ivy Lee. Tune into the Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
Get on your job, tell them haters get on your job, motivation, get on your job. Tell them haters get on your job. Hey, motivation. Haters better get on your job. Tell them haters get on your job. It's motivation. Sucker, get on your job. If you hate, get on your job. You can look me in my eyes, see I'm ready for whatever. Anything don't kill me, make me better. I ain't dead, you can take the fame and the cheddar and the game and the deal. I'm still a go-getter. Take my freedom for the moment, but it ain't forever. I got the spirit of a god, heart of a killer. I'm a king, seen hanging with some cold killers. I ain't never backed down or ran from no. I ain't sat down yet. Here I stand to gorilla. Even if I'm all alone, I stand at folks and tell them jump. Giving they don't get no realer. By now with the soul of a 6'4". I separated the fakes, paralyzed from the waist down. From the real stand-up guys of the A-town. Can't even look me in my eyes, put your face down. I'm out of jail.
Welcome back to the Headline Eye. Second part, we're going to go through these wars. We already talked about the mayor race in Cleveland Heights, Cleveland and Garfield Heights. City of Cleveland got it right with Justin Beer being the mayor-elect. He'll be sworn in January 2022, which ends Frank Jackson's reign as mayor of 16 years.
No, Mayor Jackson checked out already.
Damn, you just gonna say it like that, huh?
He did.
I know.
I mean, do you blame him?
In a word, no.
Seriously?
In a word, no.
But he got
yeah,
one good
yeah.
shot in before he checked out, though.
Right.
He called them tragedy pimps, boy.
Right.
Mayor Jackson went, thug.
Yeah, right. You got to get one more dig before you exit stage left. I got to give a shout out to Natalie Fitton. I know that, Natalie's been going back and forth in the hospital. So Natalie is one of our biggest supporters. Kimberly Clay, Mary Trevisano, Deanna Moore Taylor, and Natalie Fitton. But Natalie, we giving a special shout out to you. So hopefully, you get better and praying for you, things of that nature. We praying for you, Natalie, over here at the Headline Eye on Nerve DJs. www.WNRV1081.com.
We love you, boo.
We love you, Natalie. Get on your nerve DJs. We talked about the mayor's race. Let's get into these wars right quick. Let's start with Ward 1, the blood feud. The I call it the post the what is it? The yard sign stealage and vandalism and the beatings of people in Ward 1. So Joe Jones retains his seat against Kimberly F. Brown. Jay, what happened over there in Ward 1?
Here's what I will say about, and this is just not, aimed at Ward 1, but in any political race. Mm-hmm. This mudslinging and
right.
all of this dragging and, false accusations and, allegations against people, it's not going to yield you what you want.
Right.
But not only that, why are you stooping so low as to destroy someone's character, just so that you can get a seat?
Right.
When, you live in a glass house too. Why don't you run based on the issues of the community?
Right.
You don't need to resort to mudslinging. You don't need to resort to antagonizing and chastising somebody's children.
Right.
Children are off limits.
Exactly.
Children are off limits in any type of election or political whatever. Children are off the freaking limits.
No. See, the thing about it is the only reason that his Joe Jones spouse is not off limits because she is a judge. But I'm not throwing her anywhere under the bus. The children, but teenagers.
Even that, Tanya can hold her own.
I know.
And even if
she shouldn't have to, though.
But even if she, first of all, just run on your platform. Because if you had anything of substance to say that you could bring about change, you would have been running on that. And that goes for anybody.
Right.
This mudslinging and talking about people and, the slander, that's got to stop.
You know what? To me, that's disgusting. If you don't have anything, you can talk about what the wrong person did all day. That's for the citizens. That's for the people that vote. What are you going to bring to the table different if you're running for election? You can talk about what they did wrong. What you going to do right? And if you can't do that, and by the way, I'm pissed because our friend Marina Foster house was dang near vandalized because she was supporting Joe Jones, and somebody came in there and did that. Whoever you are, if they arrest your ass, hope they beat you with something. For real. I'm sick and tired of that.
But here's the thing. Why are we going after other people because of who they support?
Exactly.
Because, see, what's going to happen is you're going to mess around and you're going to catch a slug. Because when you come on other people's property, you are fair game.
Exactly.
But you're going to vandalize my home, my property. You're going to attack my character. You're going to put slander out on me and these false allegations just because I support someone other than you. Do you know how immature and do you know how that sounds and looks?
Yeah, and when I was at Jameson and other places, I heard, people talk about that were working the polls, saying that this is crazy between those two and this is nuts.
I mean, I don't agree with everything Joe does.
Right.
I don't.
But the thing about it is the one thing, and the thing
he knows that.
Yeah, and the thing is that we can't have this anymore because you said somebody gonna catch a slug. Somebody is going to get hurt. Is
it really worth it?
No, it's not.
Is it worth all of that?
No, it's not. So Joe beat her 67.97%, 2,809 votes to Kimberly Brown's
about 1,500 votes.
1,324. Ward 2, Monique Moore, shout out to her for running her race, 737 votes, but she failed to Kevin Bishop, 1,952 votes.
He beat her by 1,225.
Right, yeah. The thing about it is that Kevin Bishop is actually lucky he still is in Ward 2 right about now. So, if next go around, if he does anything stupid, he's 4 years or does nothing at all, then he's not going to survive re-election.
What has he done in the 4 years he's been there?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
I was just asking.
You know what? I'm just going to leave that alone. Thank you very much.
And you can call me Kevin.
I think he's scared as hell too. So I'm just being honest. You probably got to talk to never mind. I'm gonna just leave that alone
Please.
too. All
Put
right.
some respect on my name.
Exactly. So
is that what he said?
Mm-hmm,
put some respect on his name.
Yeah, put some respect. That's the sound bite right about now.
Okay.
Ward 3.
Carrie
McCormick, who probably will be the new city council president, 2,951 votes, 74.92%, versus Ayed Amin, 988. She was actually running on pretty much a green ticket.
Green party ticket?
Yeah, green party ticket. So good luck to that. Good luck to her. Hopefully she'll run again. Hopefully it won't be as bad. But, Carrie McCormick was solid.
He'll be there for a minute.
Right.
Until it's, yeah.
Ward 4, my ward, Deborah Gray, won 1,953. Deborah, you said you would call me, so now that you are the councilman in my ward, Ward 4, either you're going to call me or I'm going to help find your replacement in the next 4 years. Just letting you know. Beat Eric B. Walker. And there was a write-in candidate. I think the write-in candidate for Dantes Taylor.
Was that Dantes Taylor?
Yeah, 52 votes. Not bad for a man who's legally blind. So Dantes, I got to give him a shout-out a little bit. He got 52 votes,
I was wondering if that was him.
Yeah, that was him. So Eric B. Walker, 36.25 votes. Hopefully it'll get better. I'm dropping my mic on Ward 5 because Ward 5, it was Richard Starr who beat Dolores Gray and is the new city councilman of Ward 5. And they did everything to this man, said all kinds of stuff about this man. Tried to throw him under the bus, through the bus, and outside the mother sucker.
And the bus rolled over him about 3-4 times.
Right. They backed it up and put it in park and ran it over again on Richard, and he still came out on top. And let me see how much he won by.
181.
181 votes. 55.58%. That was for writing. Whoever wrote 0.25 the write-in.
4 votes.
4 votes. Whatever.
But the one thing I can say about Richard is he never said a word.
He kept positive.
He never said a
Never
word.
said a word.
He never slung mud. Nothing. He just kept running his race.
And here's the thing about what happened. And shout out to Richard Starr. He was crying so like he thanked everybody on and it was like he won when it got back to him. And and the thing about it is Richard Starr, when he first interviewed in 2017 with us.
Somebody forgot to groom Dolores Gray.
Go ahead.
Somebody forgot to groom her.
Right.
Because she had a nasty attitude and a nasty disposition. She carried herself in a way to where she thought she was better than everybody else. And she thought because she was this council person that she can do and say and talk to people any kind of way. Well, now the people have spoken and you can go on back to the house, Dolores.
Or to your CMHA apartment.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
I would. I don't care. Here's the thing, Dolores. I'm going to say this. When I talked to you when you were at one of Nina Turner's fundraisers at the Academy Tavern, you said you didn't want to interview because you're going to let the people decide. Well, the thing about it is Richard Starr came on here to interview with me because the people listened to what we have to say.
And the people decided.
And then the people decided, yo ass out. That's pretty much what the people decided. And I hated to say it like that. Your twin sister, who was very nice, Deborah, got in. You were appointed when Phyllis Cleveland left. You needed to go ahead and just follow. And Phyllis Cleveland has been on this show, but has been interviewed with me before. Problem is,
she got the big head.
You got the big head because you got appointed to this seat. You thought everything was going to be easy. And I think one of your former people who worked for you said yard signs don't vote. So, yeah.
She really got the big head. She went and found this level of arrogance that I have never seen before.
When you are a public servant, you have to be humble. Justin Bibb is humble. Richard Starr is humble. You, I don't know what this is like. You were not like you weren't arrogant. I mean, I'm gonna let you say that as a woman to woman. I don't want to sound as I'm bashing her because he's an African American woman. But the thing about it is
she
that
was very arrogant.
You can't be that.
Very arrogant. She understood nothing about servant leadership. She didn't understand any of that. She was really going to be a really strong case of Witham.
What's in it for me?
Yep.
All right. Oh, by the way, Dolores Gray did endorse Kevin Kelly. How's that working out for you?
Oh, did she? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she did. How'd that work out for you?
I forgot about that.
You tried to follow in the footsteps of everybody else, and look where it got you. At least he gonna be
short-lived.
Yeah, he gonna how long was she council person? Like 3-4 months? Yeah.
It might be 6 at the most.
6, close to?
Yeah.
You giving her 6? I'm gonna give her 6. I'm 5.5.
Yeah, something like
Skip it. Ward 6. But you don't even have to write it there was a write-in candidate, but Blaine already won his ward. Let's go to Ward 7.
Mm-hmm.
T.J. Dow and Stephanie House. Stephanie House comes out on top, 61.84%. T.J. Dow, 38.16%. How did Stephanie win Ward 7 over the former councilman of Ward 7?
About 569 votes. That's how she did it.
Okay, I mean, I know how, but what was the tactic? I mean, I know she was state representative.
Let me just say this.
Mm-hmm.
I reached out to TJ.
Uh-huh.
And this will probably get back, and I wanted to get back. And I was going to talk to him about his campaign. Like, listen, you running against Stephanie House. And there's nothing against Stephanie. I like Stephanie.
Right, exactly.
But I knew TJ wanted that ward back. And I tried to talk to him. My calls were blocked. Not by him.
Mm-hmm.
So, TJ, you got what you deserve. Because you didn't return calls to people. When people tried to reach out to help you, this is what you got. Beat by 569 points. Congratulations to Stephanie House.
Congratulations, Stephanie.
May you do well in Ward 7.
Thank you. Here's the thing about 216-249-6658 is the number to call in if you're listening on this or just listening to Nerve or look at the Facebook Lives. The problem is that everybody thought that TJ was too arrogant.
He can be.
I mean, but the thing about it, you can't be too arrogant when you're trying to get that back and when you don't have any momentum.
I think he forgot people went through 4 years of Bashir.
That was quick 4 years. It was quick 4 years.
He was gone all the time. He was never. He was gone.
Right. So now my question is that Is TJ finished?
He should go back to teaching at Case. He teaches. He's an adjunct professor at Case, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be fine. He's an attorney by trade too.
Right.
He'll be fine.
So I mean,
His ego may be a little bruised, but next time you need to reach out to people when they call you.
Well, who you probably haven't. You probably don't want to reveal who blocked his call.
Oh, I know who did it.
You're not gonna say?
Mm-mm.
Okay. We'll talk later. It was one of those in the house private conversations. So, Ward 8. Shout out to Asia Jones for running. She got 827 votes. Unfortunately, that was 23%. Mike Polensek holds on to this ward with 2,866 votes at 77.61 votes. So, you think Asia should run again in a different ward? Or
this was a learning experience for her as well. Like I've said with all of the ones that just came out and they were running. Take what you've learned from this and start to run your race again.
I mean, she did do like she did. She did better than some candidates that actually had experience. So 827 votes, not bad. But the thing about it is when you're going against a guy that knows how to run campaigns like Polensek and pretty much is popular in this war than anybody else.
He's a staple. He's a well-known oil machine. That's the thing. He's a well-oiled machine.
Right. So the thing about it is what I said earlier, we're going to skip past Ward 9 because Kevin Conwell, your replacement's coming, brother. Because a lot of people in Ward 9, when you made that move for Kelly, are real mad at you. And your wife can't save you. Just letting you know right about now. So you didn't have an opponent. Anthony Harrison, 1,834. Harrison got, he's keeping his thing. Ward 11, Brian Mooney beat Michael Hardy. That was close. 55.
About 245. He beat about 245 votes. And I had a chance to meet Michael Hardy's mom yesterday. She was at the polling location that I was at. Really nice lady. And his aunt. She was there too. He came within 245.
You think he's going to run again?
He probably will.
All right.
Because Mooney was appointed by Donna Brady.
Right. So he probably will. And it was strong. Sometimes some of the people who were appointed, some lost, some almost did. So let's look at Ward 12.
Now, this was a shocker for me.
This was a shocker. Anthony Brancatelli, who was the councilman, lost to Rebecca Moore, 48-82 to 51-18 the percentage, 1,558 votes to 1,486 votes. Are we expecting a recount for this, or is Brancatelli going to go away and say, you know what, she got this one?
She won by 72 votes.
Okay. So there is no recount, nothing like that.
I don't think there's going to be a recount.
It shouldn't be that.
She pulled away at the last minute.
Yeah, she did.
Stranger things have happened, but I was very surprised at this one. But it wasn't a bad surprise. It was a good surprise.
It was a very good surprise.
And congratulations to Rebecca.
Congratulations, Rebecca.
May she do well in her seat. And I've known Tony for 20-some years. Mm-hmm. Him and his wife, Gail.
Yeah. So you think what's next for Brancatelli?
He'll be fine, too.
Okay. He good. He good. All right. Ward 13, Kevin Kelly's old ward. Chris Harsh beats Kate Warren, 62.70%, 2,745 votes to 1,633 votes. That's 37.30%. Analytically speaking, is Chris. Is Chris the spy for Kevin Kelly right about now?
I don't know who he is. I've never heard of him before.
Okay.
I'm going to have to do my research.
Right. So we just going to have to look. We looking at you, buddy. So shout out to him winning. So let's go to ward number 14. Nelson Citron, 550 votes, 34.55% to 1,042 votes for the retained councilman, Jasmine Santana. What you think about this race?
This was a kind of a no-brainer, and Jasmine was going to retain her seat. I think when we did the endorsements. I don't know if I endorsed her on this one or not.
No, we didn't. I don't think we did endorse her. But the thing about it is that a lot of people just didn't like. There's some people that don't like Jasmine for whatever reason. But the thing about it is that, you know, she was going to retain. A lot of people like Nelson, but
But here's the thing: if you don't like her, then we shouldn't be saying that she's retaining her seat.
mm-hmm.
So somebody didn't do their homework.
Exactly. So Ward 15, Jenny Spencer. Ooh, God, 84.45%
She
took.
dog walked Chris Murray.
Oh, took him to the. He
Took him to the woodshed.
Took her to the woodshed. Chris Murray back there with Laverne Gore and Kevin Kelly. Like, what happened? So Jenny Spencer just beat living. I don't know. Wow.
Yeah.
What was his slogan? I hate people. For me,
I saw his signs when I was on the west side. I don't know what his slogan was. I can't remember.
Poor. I don't know.
They'll be fine.
Yeah. Ward 16, Brian Casey won his seat. He didn't have an opponent. Charles Seif beat Mary Kathleen O'Malley. I guess the O'Malley name does not carry as much.
She had been in that ward for a long time too, like over 20-something years. She lived in that ward.
Right. Yeah. So that was Charles Seif beat her by 62.89%. He got 4,316 votes, and O'Malley got 2,547 votes for a whopping 37.11%. And boom. So the biggest surprise to me out of all these wards was Ward 5.
That's why I said, I was looking at it last night. I was like, y'all see this race in Ward 5?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
Wow.
got to come in here and see this. Come on in here and see this. Look at this. Look at here. Look what's going on.
Look at here. Boy, look at here.
Look at here.
Because a lot of people thought that, I guess sometimes you can't make a Salzier into a Silks person, especially when you can't do that.
They tried.
I mean, when the primaries came out, I said he only was down 22 votes.
Who was that?
Richard Starr. That was on the primaries.
Oh yeah. And we kept saying he gonna catch her.
Right.
But
he had a team, like he had a campaign team. Like
Right, yeah.
He had some soldiers out there.
Yeah.
he did.
He
But
did.
but they tried to take him off of his soapbox. They tried to take him out. They cut him off at the knees, but he got back up and he grew a new pair and he kept running. I'm very impressed because he never got into the bullshit.
He nenever clapped back when they was trying to throw him
He never
up.
clapped
Like,
back.
cause they tried to they was trying.
Revenge is the best. Like revenge is so.
What is it? What is it? Who says it in the song? Is it Tupac? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, you PG, but you know,
Right. They're like revenge is like the sweetest joy. Yeah.
and might even throw some money in there.
Right. Yeah. Some money in there. But the thing about it is that Richard Starr, and a lot of people don't remember 2017. I said in 2017, even when Richard Starr lost, look out for him, because if he runs for that seat again,
He was gonna get it.
he's gonna get it, because he only lost. It was 40. Like, he got 40%, over 40% of the vote. You know, the thing about it is, like, it wasn't that a big of a margin. So when Richard Starr said he was running again, I was like, if it was Phyllis, you getting it this time. That's why I think, like, a lot of people suspected the reason why Phyllis Cleveland left and got, because for health reasons, and it could be something else, left her seat at Ward 5 because she felt like she was going to lose to Richard Starr.
Is that what they were thinking?
Yeah, that's what they were thinking, that they was going, because they were tired of Phyllis. And people
Really?
in Ward 5 were tired of her.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were tired of her. I
wow.
would talk to people in Ward 5. It was like, she doesn't bring anything. And the thing about it is that, when she left for health reasons, it was crazy. We're going to take a break right about now. My Browns, I swear for God, I'm going to talk about
Bums.
Stop it.
Bums.
I'm going to talk about their ass when we get back on the Headline Eye. on www.wnrv108.1. This is ASAP Rocky. New level, just like Justin Bieber on a new level. That mayor seat gonna look good around. That boy gonna look good in City Hall. We'll be right back.
This is WNRV 108.1.
I'm a nigga, put it work. I'm on a new level. 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 Brought me a new shovel. Put these in the dirt. Chain with the new bezel. All my niggas put it work. Used to be sleeping on itchy beds. Bad bugs in the motel. Now you give me head. 20 boots in the hotel. On a Roman noodle diet. Tour life wasn't so well. All my niggas starting riots. Marsh pitting on your toenails. Uncle T doing so well. First class from a hotel. T-Bird did 15. In the feds getting no mail. My daddy died and my cousin too. They ain't let him out of no cell. Provide jobs from a whole block. I cannot slow down. I won't stop now. Mother, this is my town. Take the block, make it hot now. 143rd with the drop down. Icy chain with the watch now. Bird piece full of rocks now. Nigga quit when they watch now. Leveling up to the top now. I'm on a new level. 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 Bought me a new shovel. Put in the dirt. I'm on a new level. I might just put it right. I'm on a new level. 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 Bought me a new shovel. Put in the dirt. Bought me some new belts. I might just put it right. Bought me some better belts. Man, I went to see my jeweler. Woo, and I read up. Went and bought some new jewels. Hit the car, then a woo, woo, read up. Who knew we'll blow like nitro? Then he beat us. Ooh, I just tasted Miley on me. New, I just read up. Dipping, dabbing in some new designer. I just dip and dab with the semi-touch. You on a red carpet, surrounded by pop stars, trying to act tough. I got an activist on me, and I hold up. They said that we couldn't smoke in this building. We fucked around and still rolled up. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
Team DJ Ellery, DJ Johnny O, and Foil Productions presents DJ Ellery's All Black Sagittarius Birthday Bash, Saturday, November 27th, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. at LaSalle's Event Venue, 823 East 185th Street, Cleveland, Ohio. Tickets $50, $60 at the door before 7 p.m., inflation after. $500 exclusive 8-seat tables, $225 high 2-seat tables. Majority black attire is mandatory. No entry or refunds if requirements are not met. 30 plus with the proper ID, cash bar, bottle purchase, CPD security on the premises. DJ Ellery's All Black Sagittarius Birthday Bash, Saturday, November 27th, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. with a live performance from Raheem Devon. This all takes place at LaSalle's Event Venue, 823 East 185th Street in Cleveland. Be there.
Hey, everybody, it's the Queen with the Gold Mic from Headline Eye, and you can catch me every Wednesday from 6 until 8 p.m. on WNRV 108.1.
This is the Human T-Rex. Check out my new show every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WNRV 108.1. G.
Are you a DJ, radio show, music artist, or podcaster and you've thought about having your own mobile app? BV Mobile Apps could be the solution. They specialize in creating apps with live audio streams, mixes, music, and songs. You can integrate your social media, videos, blogs, and most importantly, send push notifications to your followers. For more information, bvmobileapps.com or on social media at BV Mobile Apps. That's B as in business, V as in victory, bvmobileapps.com.
What's up, y'all? This is Larry H. Gardner of the new show, The Headline Eye, coming at you every single Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m., where we talking about hot subjects, spitting hot fire on WNRV 108.1, where we getting on your nerve.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Yeah, as a shorty playing in the front yard of the crib, fell down and I bumped my head. Somebody helped me up and asked me if I bumped my head. I said, yeah. So then they said, oh, so that means you gonna switch it on them. I said, yeah, flip mode. Flip mode is the greatest. You know, and as a shorty, I was always told that if I ain't gonna be part of the greatest, I gotta be the greatest myself. Come on, yeah, come on. Yeah, nigga, what a surprise. Give you something, make a nigga close both of your eyes. All my niggas getting money capitalized. Die, little small guy, we on the rise. Everything a nigga touch, platinumized. Full of your quips, you know we coming all on supplies. Got a big gun and I'ma show you the size. You fuck with any of my flip mode family ties. Me and my niggas be coming through, stroking you out. Killing off any and everything you talking about. See you in the club, now we walking you out. Should've thought twice before you went and open your mouth. Yo, anyway, we stay keeping it moving. Fucking with the wrong nigga, hope you know what you're doing. Now blame me, all the same niggas is lame. It's not a game, nigga name still splitting your brain. Y'all niggas had enough? Give me some more. Y'all niggas want the wild shit? Give me some more. Yo, Spliff, where the weed at? Give me some more. I know y'all niggas need that. Give me some more. Even though we getting money, you could give me some more. With the cars in the big crib, give me some more. Everybody spread love. Give me some more. If you want it, let me hear you say it. Give me some more. Blast with a rash, give me my cash, look at my ass. Running with my money, son, go out with a blast. Do what you want, the niggas cut in the corner, you fucking up the order. Go ahead and meet the reporter. Yo, she telling news on how you switch to a bitch. Little fake funny style, nigga, chill with a snitch. So now I pass you straight, I don't got nothing to ask you. Make a little room for me, you know my niggas to pass through. Cartier, Sidney Portier, hooray shit. Roll with all of my niggas from around the way shit. When I come through, your niggas know I do my thing. Bring more shit to generate money. Cha-ching. Arrest you, lyrically, flow will caress you. Bless you, then the nigga come to your rescue. Why you assuming nigga blossom and bloom? I'm coming soon, hit you with a boom, give me some room. Y'all niggas had enough? Give me some more. Y'all niggas want some wild shit? Give me some more. Hey, Spliff, where the weed at? Give me some more. I know y'all niggas need that. Give me some more.
All right, we're back. Headline Eye on WNRV1081.com. Nerd DJ getting on the nerve. Speaking of getting on my nerves, I know you're going to be gloating. I'm just going to get it out the way, Jay. Steelers lost to the Browns 50. Wait a minute. Let me correct it.
Thank you.
The Steelers beat the Browns 15-10. And the kicker got injured in like the second half.
That was the best part. That's my favorite part of football, when we hurt somebody.
And y'all still couldn't capitalize on it.
He might be out for the season.
All right. So there's other,
and just like y'all got rid of
there's other
OBJ.
There's other drama.
ODJ.
And yeah, Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ, and it seems like the quarterback Baker Mayfield can't get on the same page. According to reports, OBJ was sent home.
ODB. Odell. Yeah, OBJ.
OBJ was sent home. There was his father, Odell Beckham Sr., made something about how Baker is missing him. There's been reports about how Baker's an average QB. There's a lot of fans frustrated after Sunday's loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers, where easily y'all could, I just don't understand. And the thing about it is, I have defended Baker on this show. I have. He's starting to get on my damn nerves. Baker Mayfield is starting to get on my damn nerves. My nerves. Because we should be a hell of a lot better than this. I don't know if it's your shoulder or you've been taking too many hits to the head, but the thing about it is that
it's arrogance.
But here's the thing.
It's arrogance.
Okay, one playoff game. That's nice.
It's arrogance.
But you ain't won nothing yet. You ain't won a damn Super Bowl. You ain't won a string of playoff games. We only been to the playoffs last year.
Baker Manziel.
He ain't drinking nothing like that. I just think I think the problem is I think the problem is that, and there's a lot of people that defend Baker, but the thing about it is, and I hate to bring race into the issue, but if Baker Mayfield was a black quarterback, he already been gone from the team. They're doing this shit. I'm tired of. Listen, I'm a frustrated Browns fan. Damn it.
Y'all suffer from PTSD every year. But y'all like the abuse though. But here's the thing. I've been T-Rex, and you know I've been saying it. Odell Beckham, OBJ wants out of Cleveland. He's been wanting out of Cleveland since the first season ended when he got here. He does not like being in Cleveland.
You can't go from New York to Cleveland. That's pretty.
Yeah.
He can't. First of all, he doesn't like Baker. They do not get along. And there's been some locker room shit going on for a long time. The Browns camp is unstable. And now I'm seeing, and I ain't even a Browns fan, but I'm seeing that Mark Stefanski, what's his name?
Kevin Stefanski.
Kevin Stefanski, he can't control his boys.
We're gonna be back.
The thing about it is that, but is it right here? Right here, right.
It's too much going on in y'all camp.
But here's the thing. I hope so. Here's the thing about
Hopeful thinking.
Here's this thing about Stefanski.
He can't control them
he
boys.
was he was given Baker Mayfield. I don't think in my heart of hearts, I'm not like in my heart of hearts that Stefanski doesn't think that Baker's his guy. He's trying to make Baker his guy with the rollouts and the stuff that he's doing. That's why he relies heavily on Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. He relies heavily on the run game, screen pass. He's trying to make Baker his guy, but I don't think he has confidence to let Baker do what he does. The problem is that Baker is not showing any by whatever him and OBJ got going on. Listen, Michael Jordan wasn't liked by all of his teammates, and a lot of teammates didn't like Michael Jordan. But
they knew Michael Jordan could take him to the
right.
promised
If
land.
you're like that, if you're winning, shut up.
But you can't compare Baker to Michael.
I mean, the problem is Mike was a rookie coming in, and he was gunning all the time, and they was losing, and then everybody you got to find that niche. They got Cincinnati this weekend. Now, despite Cincinnati,
they're gonna lose.
Despite the Cincinnati supposed to be picked in last place, they look pretty damn good.
They're gonna lose. You guys are gonna lose. We got Monday night. We got to play Chicago, but Baker shouldn't have come back this week. He should have stayed out. Baker should still be on the bench for probably this last week and this week coming up, because he's not healed at all. When T.J. Watt popped him, he was done. Baker's hurt, and he's trying to play you guys as hero. He's playing hero ball, and that's very selfish and self-centered and self-serving of him, because he's only thinking about him. Baker should have sat down and let your backup QB come in, but Baker don't want that to happen because the backup QB looks better than your QB.
I mean,
Can I get an amen?
Case Keenum does look. I mean, the thing about it is like Case Keenum knows Stefanski's system because they both were in because they both were in Minnesota. And the thing about it is Case Keenum actually took Minnesota to the NFC Championship where they lost to Philadelphia, and Philadelphia beat New England in the Super Bowl one year, but he took them to that particular place. Now, I'm not saying that Case Keenum is going to set the world on fire. Don't get me wrong.
But he can play. He can play. And Baker does not want that to happen. Baker wants that spotlight. He does not want that backup QB to outshine him. Baker's very selfish, and he's very self-serving and self-centered. And I've said that since day one when he came here. He's not about team ball. He's about me ball. It's about what's me. He's the with him. He has a serious case, so with him. Baker is not your franchise quarterback for the Browns. I keep saying it. I've been saying it. He is nothing but Johnny Manziel 2.0.
You know what? And after this time, and if somebody asked me right now, would I trade Baker Mayfield for Aaron Rodgers? I would trade him for Aaron Rodgers.
He coming to Pittsburgh.
He ain't coming to Pittsburgh.
He coming to Pittsburgh.
He ain't coming to Pittsburgh. Who's smoking what?
He got COVID though.
Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
He got COVID? Damn.
He got the flu.
But
breaking news.
Right.
The Chiefs this weekend.
Right. So the thing about it is that, and the thing about it is the Chiefs are actually struggling too. So I'm surprised about everything else. But the one thing and the Raiders are just still having problems. Henry Ruggs got cut from the Raiders. The wide receiver, he had a DUI, got charged with a DUI, got into an accident that caused the death of a 23-year-old girl. I mean, first John Gruden with his crazy emails of homophobic and racism, and then I don't know what's up with LA, with Vegas. Ever since they went to Vegas, they went complete.
Sin City. How do you go 156 miles
How do you do that?
Hour?
Them expensive cars do that.
Yeah.
But
now,
why? What's the purpose? Where were you? Where was he?
Crazy. Mike got CTE. You know what I'm saying? T-Rex signed it off.
it's the thing about it is like it's what, and the thing about it is like, I know you're young, you got this expensive car, you're on a franchise football team, you got all this money in your pocket, but there's consequences to your actions.
See, no one is teaching these young guys that's coming into the league how to conduct themselves, how to manage their money.
They have classes for that. They just but their agents are not doing it for them. The agents is just like we're getting paid. We don't care what you do after that.
Just, where's our check? So they're not teaching them, and that's why you see a lot of these guys nowadays when they retire broke. I mean, look at Latrell Sprewell. Remember the Spinners?
Yeah, I remember
Wheels.
the Spinners. Yeah.
He can't support his family off $15 million.
I mean, that was listen. When
Well,
you got all
you
this
create this
expensive cars-
lifestyle that you don't need.
right?
Materialistic stuff.
And how many cars you
So
need?
$15 million is enough.
Yeah, so no, give it to me. I'll show you.
Right. You got
$15 million. You can do a lot with that. Give it to me.
like cut off.
Give it
your-
to me.
Give
it to me.
Cut off your entourage. How
You don't
about
need
that?
an entourage.
You
These
don't
people
need a
kill
whole
me with
right.
this- acting like Bashir around here with his entourage.
You ain't gonna have one after them.
Those guys are gonna drop him like a bad habit.
Oh,
They probably already have. You didn't see any of them around him when they had the endorsement, and you didn't see him around him last night when he was with Kevin.
Would you be around him now because when he endorsed Kevin Kelly and knowing that you have your alpha brother is running in the same race? Would you support Bashir now after he made that move?
Some people would. You got to realize people do what's best for them. They're with them.
But it's nothing. But now there's nothing in it for him, for Bashir,
That's
because
not true. He's still in that seat. He's still councilman. Well, no. Well, yeah, he's still councilman.
Yeah, he's still councilman until the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's November. He got 1 month left.
And let me say, watch these people as they get ready to leave out these council seats.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the money trail. Watch how they do their CDBG funding because they gotta bring them banks down. So watch how they exchange this money between them people. Watch how this money gets exchanged.
Yeah, watch the outgoing councilmen that do not have seats anymore. Pretty much watch the money, because there's going and the thing about it is like they're going to try to make the new mayor elect Justin Bibbs' life a living hell, because a lot of those people now Blaine admitted on an interview with me that he's not going to be toxic, and I believe Blaine in that.
But what's the point of being toxic though?
Because
it just takes too much energy to be toxic.
But a lot of the other people, but the other council people that are about to lose their seats, and those who can retain their seats but went the other way, are. So, what did you say last week? If they don't help Justin get this city together, in 4 years they be gone too.
Yeah. But you know,
watch who's doing it.
But remember, it changes at the same time. So if we run into the problem where we change them out and then we end up changing Justin out too, I mean, what?
I mean, the thing about it is, I don't think that I don't think we should change. Here's the thing.
But you don't know that because you don't know people's mindsets 4 years from now.
Yeah, let's hope that we have a smooth transition of power between the ones that are giving their seats. Bashir did endorse Stephanie Howes in Ward 7. So,
maybe Stephanie will give him a job. Maybe he'll be her assistant.
Possibly. I'm more worried about the other people who have went that way. Hopefully Conwell, hopefully Bishop. Y'all need to get in line because this young guy.
How you gonna get in line when you don't even know what you're getting in line for?
Get in line to make sure you support the mayor, the new mayor.
You don't even know what you're doing. Never mind.
you don't even know what you're doing now. That I know. Was that for Kevin Bishop? Which Kevin was that for?
Bishop.
Bishop. Okay.
I'm just saying.
You really.
The biggest thing that they. When we had the forum, and when I shouldn't say forum, when we had the town hall conversation that night, all the questions that came, for community development, economic development. So I was walking out, and Zach was like, "Director, I know where them questions came from." I said, I did not pose any questions about community development, economic development, CDCs. I said, that did not come from me. He was like, yeah, right. The CDC queen. I was like, it did not come from me. I didn't ask those questions, Zach. He was like, okay, I bet, yeah, right. like, well, I didn't.
I'm not even saying if you did or didn't. I'm just going to just laugh because I know
that I didn't.
But if you had a chance to ask both of them, you would, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, the questions that they asked were very good questions. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, and by the way, I got to give a special shout out to Andre White for that turkey that he made at the party. Andre, love it.
Stan Evermore is over here going off. He said, Bashir, you can't mix politics with Islam. Stay in your lane, bruh. Assalamu alaikum. Salaikum salam.
Damn, Stan. You ain't gotta do him like that. He already not gonna be working after the he got them babies to feed and them.
He gonna be like Tommy. You ain't got no job. Well, spoken word. He could be a great orator. He really could, cause he can orate very well. Very well.
Can go back to. The thing about it is, people will listen to him public speak, and other people will not be so lucky, that stab. Like, listen, everybody like, well, what's going to happen to Kevin Kelly? Kevin Kelly will be all right. He'll go to private practice. He'll be okay.
He's gonna be fine.
He's gonna be fine.
He's not gonna miss a meal. He ain't gonna miss a paycheck. His bills ain't gonna get. His lights ain't gonna get turned off. Water ain't gonna get turned off. Gas ain't gonna get turned off. Mortgage still gonna get paid. He'll be fine.
Do you think that it puts Kevin Kelly into the mode of running for Cuyahoga County executive?
Absolutely freaking not. Don't even put that into the atmosphere. Retrieve it and bring it back.
Just like you retrieve it, like, don't say it no more.
Bring it back.
Don't say it no more.
Reel it back in. T-Rex, make sure that's out of the show today.
No, but he's like, why you say it like that?
No, he doesn't have. You know what? On to the next question.
Okay. I'm like on to the next form. So we have the race for Secretary of State next year. We have the race for Congresswoman next year. Chantel Brown has not only she getting sworn in, got to put up her signs back again, huh?
She's gonna have to. She's gonna start running again.
Right. So
May will be here before you know it. It'll be here before you know it.
It is. It'll. This year
the Grand Prince will be here before you know it too.
Right. Your grand baby boy. How does that feel to have a boy?
Grand Prince. He gonna be spoiled. Oh, he gonna have.
Gonna spoil him.
He gonna have.
You know who gonna try to out spoil him over you?
My mother.
Yep, your mom.
He gonna have little brims. He gonna have little hats. He gonna be so cute. He gonna be adorable. He gonna be spoiled rotten. Right. And I'm gonna do it. The girls I didn't spoil, but the boy, yes.
Wow.
I'm gonna spoil that Grand Prince.
Courtney J gonna be mad at you. Like, you ain't spoiled me like that.
No, she not. My mother spoiled her.
Oh, okay.
This is the first boy child we've had in the family for a long time.
Really?
Yes. And he the Grand Prince is his father's brother was murdered this year. Senseless murder in Cleveland Heights.
Wow.
So this was truly a gift.
Blessing from God. Yeah. So yep. The thing about it is like, sometimes when we look at things, we have to look at them as far as, blessings in disguise.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
You might lose, a life. You might lose one. I remember when one of my good friends lost a grandmother. Antoine, shout out to Antoine Joyner. His father, Happy, who has Happy's Place over on the old Epic on 170th and Harvard. So... funny story. My friend Antoine makes this drink called Linda G after his grandmother, like makes alcohol with Coke and stuff like that, and he sells it. He like made a song on that Linda G, and we was in Cake Boy Cake Girl together. And his inspiration came after his grandmother's death, Linda. The thing about it was, what's so ironic about it was when I talked to Twan about his grandmother's death, a couple of days after she died, Jalen was born. So it was like, and I said, I'm sorry about your grandmother. I'm at the hospital right now because Jalen was a newborn and was upstairs. And he was like, well, I'm glad, he said one life replaces another. So
yeah, he doesn't take anything out of the world without putting back into the world.
Right. So it wasn't, you got to look at it as a blessing. And sometimes we got to look at this as a blessing, that even though that it might not have been the voter turnout that I wanted, the East Side, Wards 1 and Ward 2 stood up. And now I feel like there's been a relief lifted from this city. And we have to hold Justin accountable, but we also have to help Justin.
We have to hold ourselves accountable.
Right. We have to do what we have to do as citizens of the Cleveland to make it better. The thing.
That means we got to show up at council meetings. Every Monday. We got to get more involved in the process. Right. Of making sure that our city is healthy,
right?
Making sure that our city is sustainable. We got to make sure that the city, our constituents has a voice. That community relations department, we got to make sure that they're out in the community. They got to be boots on the ground.
Right.
They got to be making sure that our citizens are being heard. And community relations is very important in any capacity of any city government, because that's the community's voice, and you are the go-between between the residents and the city and the mayor. So community relations, you have a very big part and a very big role to ensure that whatever you're hearing in the community gets back to the mayor, and then the community relations department and the mayor figure out a strategic way to address the concerns and the disparities that have been brought to their attention by the constituents. That's how you begin to see some things change, and you begin to change the narrative, because you begin to listen to your residents and you begin to identify how you can fix the problem. Will it be fixed overnight? No. Rome wasn't built in a day. Exactly. But when you start to listen to people, because that's what people want. They want you to listen to them. And when you start listening to them, then they know that you're going to take what they're saying and you're going to develop something that will address some of their problems and some of their concerns. They don't want you to fix it immediately. They just want you to know, they want to know that you are doing what it is that they've asked you to do to change it.
And he said
start the process.
Right. He said he was going to update that city's website. Please do that.
It's so antiquated.
Yeah, God, it's slow.
I don't think the city's been under a strategic planning in
forever. Oh, speaking of planning and strategy and some and going to policing with issue 24 or I-24. Should Chief Calvin Williams just resign right now? Because he's not going to have a job when Justin gets in there. And Justin has said...
So listen, Calvin going to be all right. Calvin going to be just fine.
He need to go right now. Like, you think he going to go right now?
I think he's too arrogant to go right now. He's going to want to... either way, we know that we're going to get a new chief.
Right.
But here's the thing. Okay, so we're going to get a new chief. We know that. That's one of the campaign promises that Justin put forth. But who do we replace him with? We can't replace him with anyone from Ohio. We can't put anyone from Ohio in Calvin's seat. You're going to have to go outside and bring somebody in. Nobody in Ohio can do it.
Why do you say nobody in Ohio can do it?
Because we're going to get the same thing we've always gotten. It's going to take fresh ideas, a fresh set of eyes, and new blood in the city of Cleveland.
Hopefully he has somebody in mind, especially hopefully his transition team can get it started for him so he can find somebody to replace Calvin. I mean, the thing about it is like we knew one of his first things.
Calvin ain't worried about getting fired. Calvin ain't worried about losing a job. He retired already.
He was double dipping anyway, like everybody else was doing.
He can go ahead and deal with the wife and the baby mama. And
what do you mean the wife and the baby mama?
Right off in the sunset. You didn't know that?
So he had a wife and a baby mama?
He did.
Damn.
You didn't know that?
I don't get into the man's personal life.
That was public.
Wow. We pushing that to the limit. That was Rick Ross right about now. Push to the limit. We'll be right back on the Headline Eye on the last hour. www.WNRV1081.com. Nerve DJs, we get on your nerve.
This is WNRV 108.1.
All I seen was the struggle. It's like I'm trapped in the sun. Mornings were barely paid. No water, we barely paid. There better be better days on the way. That's on my day grade. I'm pushing it hard. I'm pushing it south. If he pushing a lie, he pushing for hours. I waited and waited. I done ran out of patience. They hated and hated. Left them slow dancing and sitting fresh in my white tee. I swear to God, I bought my first. Broke it down and told the block apart. I push and I push. I ride and I ride. Trying to survive on 95. Put it all on the line. At the drop of it. Pushing them. 3 at a time. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. I got it. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. I got it. I handle like a vandal off the banana boat. Bananas in them. I'm just a man to know. I paid dues, my moves that made news. I'm smooth, my suede shoes, they new like Ray Foods. Nobody used to speak, now everybody wave. You dunk your mama house, you set your sister straight. I'm building a dream with elevators in it. Tell her make the linen, no gators got on my head. I see you suckers, I see you clear. I know you see me in that phantom whiter than veneers. Allergic to broke, determined to. On the boat, we in the different baby, I'm and babies. Let it with a try to Mercedes. Arranging my range, I can arrange a parade. You gotta push it to the limit, you wanna be paid. I push and I push, I ride and I ride. Trying to survive on 95. Put it all on the line. At the drop of it, pushing them 3 at a time. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I got it. I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I got it. We started my new, the money matured, my money secured. I got bunnies in Europe, my cost like 100 the world is yours, 100 million and more. Now I run the streets, they all mine. 12 years overdue, call it due time. I told you never roll on the soul of a soldier. You never know that dishwasher may be your beholder. Whoever thought that fat girl of growing to Oprah, or that boy Rick Ross a remote in the culture. I push and I push, we breaking the mold. We push and we push, we raping the hole. I push and I push. I ride and I ride, trying to survive on 95. Put it all on the line, at the drop of it, pushing them 3 at a time. I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I got it. I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I got it.
Hey everybody, this is Lisala Piri asking you to tune in every Wednesday to the Headline Eye at 6 p.m. on WNRV 108.1.
Looking to grow or expand your business? Yo, bro, you read my mind. Well, we have the perfect solution for you. Your business needs are important, and so is your advertising. Here at WNRV Power 108.1, we have marketing solutions for all your business needs and affordable pricing to keep you in the green. Give us a call today at 216-702-0688. That's 216-702-0688. Or email us at WNRVPower1081@gmail.com today.
Wagwan, this is Miss BBC, your reggae woman. Make sure you tune into the Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
This is the Human T-Rex. Check out my new show every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WNRV 108.1. G.
This is WNRV 108.1. This is WNRV 108.1.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Back when they thought pink polos would hurt the rock. Before Cam got the pop, the doors is closed. I felt like bad boy street team. I couldn't work the locks. Now let's go. Take them back to the plan. Me and my mama hopped in that U-Haul van. Any pessimists, I ain't talk to them. Plus I ain't had no phone in my apartment. Let's take them back to the club. At least about an hour I stand online. I just wanted to dance. I went to Jacob an hour after I got my advance. I just wanted to shine. Jake's favorite line, dog, in due time. Now he look at me like, damn, dog, you what I am. A hip-hop legend. I think I died in an accident, cause this must be heaven. I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. Yeah. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Now let's take them high.
All right, we're back with the headline. That is Kanye Wizard's Touch the Sky.
That's not his name.
Kanye West. What is it now? Yeezy, whatever.
I think he's God.
Right, so he type was Touch the Sky. And, you know, that was shout out to everybody that has listened. Shout out to all the people that actually voted.
Troy asked me a question before break about the letter that the email that they're sending about how they're gonna something. Troy, if he pops back on, I'll have him repeat it.
Okay.
Because I forget, I'm old.
Okay, so it's I'm gonna keep up with the Bib transition team to see who he hires. You know, like we said, that Jay said that you got to bring a police chief from another state to Ohio.
I mean, that would be my recommendation.
My recommendation,
because I don't know any.
Let's just say that I don't.
No one here.
No, I don't. Let's just say that it's not trustworthy here in Ohio. So that
Troy, what was your question again?
So.
Okay, so this Troy, he popped on. He said the Cleveland Police Patrolman Association said it will go to court to fight discipline handed down to officers under the new structure, setting a potential conflict with Mayor-elect Justin Bibb. Hold on. As he vows to bring all sides together. That's normal and that's standard, Troy. That's a standard thing.
They ain't gonna do that.
And we just have to make sure that when it's presented, that the evidence is there to support the disciplinary action that they're taking forth on any officer. So that's their customary rule, and that's how they do things from the union standpoint. And they have the right to do that.
The police union is never going to be for this.
Yeah, they're never going to be. They're
always going to fight.
Yeah.
Well, that's one. When issue 24 came, that's going to be one fight that's going to be there because, you know, police officers think they should not be disciplined because they're protecting us, the citizens.
And they really aren't.
They're not doing a damn thing. You know what I mean? The thing
they
about
really
it,
aren't.
like, you know, like when I say prevent, they don't prevent crimes. They react to them. When something happens to you, that's when they come. So they don't they're not Batman. They don't see nothing, and you know, they don't have or Superman heat ray vision. You know, they can't prevent anything. They just react to what's happening, and then they arrest or do whatever.
And I want to say to Mayor Jackson as he's going out, and hopefully as he's going out he'll be able to now breathe and enjoy the rest of the time he has here in retirement, as mayor of Cleveland, and now he gets to really enjoy his family. It's just very unfortunate he's lost 2 family members within a month's time back to back.
Right.
So I just want to send my heartfelt condolences out to the family, Mayor Jackson and his family. Thank him for the 16 years that he was at the helm of the city.
Yes.
Some of the things he did, I agree with. Some of the things he did that I didn't agree with. But that's what makes us a democracy. And now that he has decided to kind of ride off into the sunset, I wish him well.
I do wish him well. Do wish Mayor Jackson well. And reconsider Florida when I talk to you.
Ooh, I'll be gone next week.
Yes, you will be. You will be going to
Saturday. I'll be
You're
back.
going to Florida.
I'll be in Orlando.
Orlando. So you're gonna be.
No, I'll be back. I leave Saturday the 13th, and I'll be back the 16th. I'll be back Tuesday before the show.
Okay. So all right, that's what's up. So, you'll be telling us about your trip. Well, everything. So enjoy the winter. Or enjoy the warmth down there.
Yeah, Mr. Bridges said we need to recruit a deputy chief, man or woman, from a mid-large urban city or a former FBI agent that leads an urban field office to bring cultural change.
That would work. I mean, shout out to Mr. Bridges, and that would actually work for for this because you're going to need somebody like that to bring cultural change and you know
you have to bring somebody that understands the metropolitan city.
Yeah, right.
And understand the diversity mix of the city.
And stop trying to double dip in more ways than one as far as the city anyway. So pay attention to your job. Do your job. That's what he asked. Do your job. Protect the citizens from what's going on. Tired of this mess.
Yeah, we're tired. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Right.
And that can go on and on and on and on. But you know, I think now we have, you know, leadership in place that's going to uphold to what he said, and he has the residents that are going to inspect to what we expect of him. And there's a way to always disagree, agree to disagree, but still move the needle forward and move the city back to where it used to be. Because one of the questions when we had the town hall conversation with them is that someone posed the question of, you know, Cleveland used to be known as the best location in the nation,
right?
And how do we get back to the best location in the nation? So there's so many things that we have to look at, and I just want to put it out there. People need to understand that he's not going to be able to fix this in 4 years.
Right.
Let's be realistic. And he has to pick and choose his battles on what he wants to fix. Everything is not fixable overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. So there are going to be some people that are going to come right off the rip. His first 90 days in office is going to say, oh, we shouldn't have elected you because you can't do this, you can't do that. So people, let me just say this. It's going to take more than 4 years. He has to start the process. And if he starts the process and he gains traction, and we do for him what we need to do for him as residents to support him,
exactly,
then he's going to turn we're going to come up out of these uncharted waters that we're currently in. But don't expect immediate change, people, because we are in that popcorn generation where we want instant gratification.
Right, and you're not going to get it.
It's not going to happen.
Right.
So it's going to take him more than 4 years, people. Just be ready. And then we know it's going to take him more than 4. So if we know this, then we must start preparing him now to say at your end of your first term, if you've done X, Y, Z, we're going to give you another 4 years. But don't expect Justin to come out the gate making all these changes, because it's just not going to happen.
Right.
You got to let him do what he's going to do.
Right. And the thing about it is like he has fresh ideas, plus he's fresh. Sometimes you need a fresh body, you know, even after 16 years of being on the road. You know, LeBron James has been in the league 17 years, even he gets tired. So with somebody with new fresh ideas, he's going to have to deal with the people of city council, and he's going to have to get his administration to deal with some of the things that he's going to have to deal with to fix the city. One thing that I love about Justin is that he loves Cleveland, and he's going to do whatever he can to do it. If he runs into opposition, it's up to the people, it's up to us who put him in office, not only to hold him accountable, but to fight with him and to stand by the mayor of the city, the new one. You know, Frank is going to be on vacation. We need to do our part, period, to make sure that this smooths over into a new transition, because if we do the right thing, I feel like this is going to be great. And Justin promises that he'll do whatever he can for the city, but he's not going to try to be a career politician. He'll step away.
He did say that.
He'll step. He says, you know what? I'm not going to be a career politician. I'll step away, and help somebody else. And that's
a lot of these politicians have overstayed their welcome.
Exactly, and it's like sometimes you have, and even after being somewhere for a while, doing this show being on the radio for 6 years. Sometimes I get.
That's why I go on hiatus.
But I come here every week and do it. And the thing about it is I got to come up with new, fresh ideas. But this is like serving the public. And if you really are a public servant, it's hard work serving the public, because everybody now gonna have it their way. People are just going to be, and some people are just going to be mad just to be mad.
People are going to be mad when you're dealing with the public and you're dealing with various personalities. You're going to encounter all of those personalities. No one's going to completely 100% agree with you all the time. It's just not going to happen. And you're going to have someone it's never enough. No matter how much you give, it's never enough. never enough.
So, again, shout out to Ken Johnson, Kenny Ann Johnson, Marissa Clark, Ryan Puente, Zoe, everybody that I met on the Bib campaign trail. Shout out to Andrea Nelson Moore again. And the thing about it is with Andrea, I give her the Perseverance Award because she lost twice. Anybody would have gave up after they lost 2 times, but she did not. And not only she took the bull by the horns, I think she whipped it on Slowinski's neck when she won that race.
She ran a good race.
She ran a good race,
and she really did it. And it was in God's time.
Mm-hmm.
She was running before in her time, and God said not now. And when she, just left it up to Him, and
right.
And delay doesn't mean deny. And here we are. She
is going to be a judge.
She's going to be a judge.
She's going to be sworn in.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
And she's going to do a great job.
And I hope that, wishing her all the best. Richard Starr, speaking of fresh young bull out the gate, shout out to him for winning Ward 5. A lot of, and the thing about it is like, despite the stuff happening in Ward 1 and some of the hiccups with Kevin Kelly and, going against Justin Bibb as far as his, youth.
Kevin Kelly big mad. I don't care what he say. He big mad.
Well,
he mad.
Who he mad? Who he mad at? He mad at he mad at Phillips. He mad at Edwards. He mad at Bashiru. He mad.
He big mad. No, seriously. He big mad.
Well,
because they told him it was his time. They said, "This is your time. This is your time to shine. You're up next. You're on deck."
Like, listen, O'Malley and everybody else. Like I said, they had a group called the D2000. Like they wanted to try to run the city. Him, O'Malley, and a couple other people. They don't know each other. They know each other. So, hey, sometimes God does have a sense of humor. Like he might have thought it was his time. God was like, nope, stop, no, and dope. Bye. You're not getting it.
I don't think Kevin was ready for this. That's just my honest opinion. He wasn't ready.
He wasn't. And the reason why he wasn't is because you can tell him in the town hall, while Kevin Kelly spent, how long in city council? How long?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Double digits in city council. 8 years as city council president.
And you silenced the residents in council meetings.
Right. So
people remember that. A lot of people on the west side were talking about that yesterday.
No, you try to silence him as council president because either you couldn't comprehend what they were saying, or you just didn't give a damn. The bottom line is,
it was a control thing.
Yeah, when you don't care, it's a control thing, and when you don't care, people don't care about your candidacy. That's why you lost by damn near 15,000 votes.
He big man.
And the thing about it is, and the thing about it is, somebody told me.
See why you laugh?
Yeah, because he is big mad. And
he's serious. He big mad.
Hey,
he
so
got
what?
Dog walk. Walk him like a dog. Walk him like a dog.
That tool shed looked nice on his face when he conceded.
And he listen. All I know is when I seen that, and I look at people's expressions and body languages, he was big mad.
I think he's like when he said "let's go and drink," he
had a lager.
He had a lager. Yeah, mm-hmm. I think he had he had a couple of those that night.
His ego is really bruised. His ego is bruised. It's bruised.
And the thing about it is that you thought that the white man and all this slavery talk by those coons up there, the white man gonna save us, yada yada yada, and Owen up there hugging Kevin Kelly like he was this white savior. And the thing about it is
the great white hope.
The great white hope. And the thing about it is,
it's funny you say that because when Aaron Phillips and those guys had their endorsement meeting,
right?
And Bashir was up there, and he was like, when I came into council, I wanted to tear it down, and I wanted to do this, and I wanted to do this, and this man said no, and this man showed me the way that's not the answer, and that's how you do it. And I wanted to say so bad, that man told you if you don't sit down, your time here is short. Sit down, and your time was short. Either way, it was short. You're out of there.
Right.
What did he teach you? Because you sold out your entire Ward 7 to Cleveland Clinic. Say you didn't, Bashir. I doubled out there. Yeah.
He did. That's why, Cleveland Clinic wanted TJ Dye out of there, because he was actually TJ Dye. He was blocking that stuff for the gentrification and reasons of Ward 7.
Because Cleveland Clinic wants Ward 7 to be their own little city.
Right.
And
it looks like that. It looks like.
Well, they have their own zip code now and everything. So you sold them out. What's your name again? Bashir. You sold them out. You sold Ward 7 to Cleveland Clinic. So maybe they'll give you a job. There you go.
Yeah, right? See? Solution for everybody. Everybody wins.
Ding, 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 ding.
But they probably would make his ass work for free because they felt like they gave him enough money in the campaign. That's probably how he went to Egypt and all them places.
Yeah.
Get Cleveland Clinic money. All right, Bashir.
Maybe they'll send him over to Dubai. They have a Cleveland Clinic in Dubai.
Yeah, they can send him over there.
He can work there.
Yeah, like he just don't bring his ass back here or run for anything else again. So, these are your political.
Crazy.
And somebody told me and inboxed me and said Bashir endorsed Kevin Kelly. Like, yeah, he's like his political career is done. The hood ain't gonna respect him. Yeah,
you don't got no more street cred.
Your street cred gone.
Your street cred has been revoked. Your black card been revoked. All of that's been revoked.
Why does his suit give me why every time he wears some of these suits, it give me Kwame Kilpatrick vibes of the fallen mayor of Detroit? I mean, it gives me those crooked, like boy, you look like you talking about this brother stuff and respecting and for creative stuff and things of that nature. I understand that you want to say positive stuff, but sometimes you look like a crook. I'm just saying.
Troy on fire over here. He was like, Bashir and TJ are both sellouts.
Damn.
Yeah. Troy is crazy. Mr. Bridges said that KK couldn't and didn't have a viable, reliable black representative to assist him on the east side.
Because nobody respects Phillips on the east side.
Right.
Nobody respected Norm Edwards. And a lot of people saw and Bashir was just doing it, trying to get another girl pregnant and probably wife her. Just saying, you see when you see the pimps walk through, they pimps, right? They got that pimp smell or that player smell, and it's like, nah, bro, you can't get nothing on me, like or people just trying to suck them in, like, oh yeah, because they want the whiff from, like you said, what's in it for me, like. If I help you, what you gonna give me? So
you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Right, and the thing about it is the problem with scratching their backs is that while you're scratching their back, they're going to stab you in yours.
And Ohio is the most corrupt governmental state in the country. The most corrupt governmental state in the country. I mean, corruption is running rampant in the state of Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
The largest. We are the worst. The worst.
Right.
That's over New York. I mean, if you look at our sister cities around us, you look at Detroit, you look at New York, you look at Chicago.
Right.
Hell, look at Cincinnati and Columbus.
Right.
And we're stagnated. Even though we're corrupt, but Cincinnati's their growth, Columbus has grown expeditiously.
Exactly.
And it's like they've gone through a growth spurt. But here in Cleveland, we don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have nothing.
Right. So here's my thing with everything else. Hopefully, with Mayor-elect Bibb, once he gets sworn in office, all this will end, but all this will come to a screeching halt with the corruption. And please,
corruption it's going to take him a minute.
Yeah, it's going to take him a minute. But the thing about it is like there's a new hope. And
there's hope.
There's a hope, and the thing about it is we can't diminish the hope. We got to give this young man time because
please do. Please, residents of Cleveland, do not run up on this young man and tell him he's not doing anything. Give him time to work his plan.
Especially older African American men who are older than me, give him time because I know some of y'all was jealous because he's a young man doing his thing.
I heard that there were some skin folks that were very upset because Justin Bibb won. Some of our skin folks was very upset
because these. Well, you know what? Yeah, thank you, Tristan. Let me just break this down to you. to all these old bastards that didn't do shit with their damn lives, you can't get mad at this young man because he did something with his. So the thing about it is that if you gonna get mad at him, go take your drunk ass to the drunk tank, to the old bar that you go down to every Friday night to spend your damn money. Shut the fuck up. And let Justin M. Bibb do his work in City Hall so you don't have to worry about getting your dumb ass, old ass robbed while you going down the street going back home after you took a whole bunch of Ripple that Friday night and trying to buy a cigarette from somebody off the street before you stumble your punk ass in the house.
Mr. Bridges said, and don't forget that the Democratic Party needs to be righted. The Democratic Party needs to be busted down.
Right.
It does. You're absolutely correct. It does.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that, and the thing about it is part of the progressive candidates, and we need Justin Bibb because of the simple fact of the matter is all those cities that she's mentioned, including Vegas and Atlanta, are passing by us with the speed of light. Our own City of Cleveland website has not been updated. So I don't care who was against him. The thing about it is take the jealousy and hate out your heart and help this man get this city right. Period. I don't want to hear nothing else because of the simple fact of the matter is, I tell you what, if you're acting up, y'all fools gonna have to answer to me. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna let all y'all suckers have it. Bottom line.
And you know the other part, I want to say this too, is that, you have council people. Those are your voices. And you need to hold your council people accountable.
Exactly.
That's your first line of defense, is your council people. And when you know that your council people is not doing right by your mayor, you call your council person out on it.
Mm-hmm. Especially the ones that got reelected and should have not have been reelected. So, if nobody tells you that they love you today, I do. We got to go out with the Jackson 5. We still celebrating. I know she's slap happy. I'm a little bit slap happy.
I'm slap happy.
Shout out to everybody that won. Richard Starr, Justin M. Bibb, Andrea Nelson, Rebecca Marr, and everybody else that deserve it. All y'all races. I know it's hard, but the thing about it is, let's make sure we celebrate these people because they're our own. The Jackson 5, can you feel it? Yes, I can. If nobody tells you they love you today, I do. The T-Rex Show is next. Peace, love, and hair grease. Gardner and the Queen out.
This is WNRV 108.1.